begins on a cold New Year's Eve in 1986. The family Bloom in London, England are celebrating the arrival of their new bundle of joy, Danny Robert Bloom. From a young age, it was clear that there was something different about little Danny. He looked like one of those toy trolls with a squash-button nose, a cheeky grin, and big dimples. But that was just weird. And as Danny entered school life, his friends started to notice something unique. He was good at everything. Not only was he top of every class, he was great on the football field. And all the girls loved him. Apparently trolls are cute. Who knew? What a jammy so-and-so. But unbeknownst to his friends and family, they were witnessing the rise of a new superhero. Everything Danny touched would be a success and turn to gold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the adventures of Golden Boy! Okay, if you think I'm going to do that voice for the next 8 minutes, you're kidding. Being born a superhero doesn't come easy. It's a competitive world out there, with the likes of Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. So throughout Golden Boy's life so far, he's needed to work on some key traits in order to compete with the best, including superpowers, secret identity, weaponry, defeating his enemies, and of course, getting the girl. As Golden Boy got older, he began to grow out of his troll look and naturally developed puppy dog eyes and a dazzling smile. By the time he reached his bar mitzvah, age 13, he developed an unnatural, super soft, baby-like skin and a thick head of shimmering hair. And from this point in his life, he basically stopped aging. Meaning that even at his birthday last week, at the age of 26, he still looked exactly the same as he did at his bar mitzvah. This is a great superpower in Golden Boy's arsenal. The power of youthful looks forever! Now, as part of his trademark of having the golden touch, Golden Boy possesses yet another superpower. The power of luck! This power was to be put to great use during a battle with the infamous villain, the Banker. In order to get close to the Banker, Golden Boy strategically became a contestant on the TV game show Deal or No Deal. This was the Banker's hideout and where most of his damage was done. Golden Boy knew that the best way to defeat the Banker was to hit him where it hurt, in his pockets. On Boxing Day 2006, Golden Boy went head-to-head with the Banker. The battle began. Golden Boy struck first, but the Banker hit back. He needed to think both outside and inside the box. How was he going to take the Banker's money and defeat him? It was time to unleash the power of luck! Golden Boy swooped in and snatched the whole £20,000. The Banker started to weep, and when his back was turned, Golden Boy found another £10,000 just lying there in a box. He'd done it. Golden Boy had managed to spank the Banker and save the world from evil, whilst landing himself a nice bit of cash in the process. And the luck didn't stop there. Only a few days after his famous victory, Golden Boy was watching a quiz show on TV. He called up, guessed the questions correctly, and the jammy get won another £2,000. Whether it's winning stupid football bets, or winning the right to pick the best bed in the hostel when travelling with his friends, with this power, when it comes to competitive situations, Golden Boy is simply unbeatable. Apart from still looking like a young boy, he still needed to establish his secret identity as Danny Bloom. After a short and unsuccessful stint as MC Bloomy in the parents' house, mixing vinyls on his decks and rapping lyrics such as "Hold tight" and "Oh my goody goody gosh," Many more disguises fell by the wayside, including a doctor's receptionist, an electrician's assistant, and a camp children's play leader. Sorry, I mean children's camp play leader. He needed something more serious, more convincing. So after some further research, Golden Boy made the decision to follow fellow superheroes Daredevil and Two-Face and train to become a corporate lawyer in an American law firm. He showed immense focus in qualifying for this career, and to date, apart from the senior partners constantly thinking they've hired a new 13-year-old T-boy, the secret identity of Danny Bloom, the corporate lawyer, is working perfectly. With his bank of victory burning holes in his pockets, Golden Boy decided to invest some of his winnings in a super vehicle. He wanted the same edge Batman had whilst he zoomed around Gotham City in his Batmobile. What vehicle did Golden Boy think would have his peers full of envy and his enemies quaking in their boots? Was it a Ferrari? Was it a Porsche? No, it was a smart car. But for the benefit of this story and in an attempt to keep Golden Boy sounding a little bit cool, we will call it the Smartmobile. Now Spider-Man has his webs and the Incredible Hulk has his strength. Golden Boy has an even better super weapon, one with a tack, a cliffhanger, and a punch line. It's called the Terrible Dad Joke! Inspired by his father's sense of humour, on initial impact, this weapon releases a one-liner or a terrible pun. This makes victims confused before going on to leave them groaning in pain. A second joke usually finishes them off. Picture the scene. Golden Boy is in trouble. He's in a fight with one of his arch enemies when he pulls out the Terrible Dad Joke! I saw an advert in a window that said television for sale, £1, volume stuck on full. I thought, I can't turn that down. Totally confused. It's time to finish it with a final furore. Last night, I had a dream that I ate a giant marshmallow. I woke up and my pillow had gone. Enemy defeated. What a super weapon. Now hang on a minute. Golden Boy must have a kryptonite. A nemesis. A weakness. Chocolate. No. Golden Boy can eat what he wants without putting on a pound. Spiders. No. Golden Boy squashes these with his bare hands. The bigger, the better. Ice skating. No, of course not. Golden Boy can pirouette his way around an ice rink, as well as ski and snowboard, despite only taking his up a few years ago. Show off. Well, you'll be happy to hear that there are a few weaknesses in Golden Boy's makeup. One comes in the form of a tiny stripy predator with a sting in its tail. Yes, you guessed it. He's absolutely petrified of wasps. Simply the sight of one or a slight buzzing sound in the garden causes Golden Boy to run for days. Another weakness comes in the form of a North London gang who dress in white and blue clothes and are identified by the symbol of a big cock-a-roll. They go by the name of the Spurs. No matter how hard he tries, he just can't get them to be any good. And their defeats knock Golden Boy out for days. But in true superhero spirit, he dusts himself off and comes back fighting. Alcohol has also been known to take effect in Golden Boy in a very bad way. Often a single pint of beer is enough to make him violently sick. One of his worst moments with alcohol came on the way home from his 21st birthday celebration, where he was spotted hanging out of a moving car window, projectile vomiting all the way home. But the biggest single weakness of Golden Boy is caused by Spilkenite.